Let's look at the market, the competition with regards to pricing that we talked about earlier, service, the quality of service and availability of this product. So what is likely to change in favor of consumers? That's one. And if you look at, according to what NNPC Limited is saying, according to them, they are saying that the price changes will spike market competition. So how do you think the introduction of the pump price will impact market competition in the sector?
So, I mean, first of all, your first question about the structure of the market and how it would affect consumers, I would have to say that the worst is happening, but things will begin to taper off, very, very soon. It's normal for the market to react like this. Perhaps in a country like Nigeria, where regulation may not be as swift as it ought to and does not really anticipate the market moving the way it should, we would have things happen this way. But one thing that will change that Nigerians really need to take into consideration is the role of regulators. My co-participants, have mentioned, issues about regulation and its importance. It was a famous economist, Adam Smith, that said, it is not the kindness of the baker or the butcher that makes them provide bread and meat. It is actually the invisible hand guiding them to seek profit, and of course consumers being there to provide them with the finances that they so wish. So the government needs to be put in the driver's seat as regards the quality and the quantity of petroleum products. We had the Ipman mentioned this a couple of days ago, that yes, prices would go as high as 750, but they would most likely go down to a 500 or perhaps even less. But be that as it may, the important issue is for there to be coordination, and proper flow of these goods. What does that mean? We need improved security, we need improved road networks so that these petroleum tankers can get to where they need to get to and provide these products, for whom they need to provide them for. As regards to pricing, with more players entering into the sector, and if the government means deregulation as, what we understand deregulation to mean, it would mean that NNPC would cease to be a sole importer of petroleum products. What can we say about the way goods at the ports are brought into the country and, transmitted to other parts of the country? What can we say about congestion? And how do we need the government to, the plate as regards ensuring that these petroleum products do not encounter unreasonable delays when they come into the country? What can the government do, and how can we hold them accountable as regards bringing in unadulterated products? I don't know if we can recall, but sometime last year there was a consignment of petroleum products that was adulterated with some form of chemicals that damaged a number of cars, in the country, and nothing was done. Despite the fact that the NNPC GMD had acknowledged that it happened, no one, was called to order. No one was questioned. There was absolutely no consequence. So while it will mean that market forces can determine, the prices and even distribution, it also does mean an elevated role for citizens to play to ensure that, the market does not run away with itself, and the government can protect citizens, from these market forces in case they become too concentrated.
Let's wrap up with you, Ambrose, so that we can move to the next. How do you think the markets, the capital market, is reacting to this, specifically those listed companies who are players in the oil and gas sectors? How are they reacting to this? And do you think this change will affect their operation in a way?
For me, it will affect the operation, but I believe that profit sharing, as you just said, will be part of it, because most of these regulators, whenever there is price change, because they have inventory already on the ground store, they want to sell at a new price. Because why? Because they are going to the market to buy at a new price. That's why any opportunity they see, they want to sell at a price that is grand, even when they doubling the profit because they bought their own at a low profit. Because why they are doing so is that because if they are going to make order for that new one, it's going to be at that same price, and for them, they don't want to go and borrow money from the banks or anywhere to add to it. That's why once they hear this, remember that moment that it was pronounced, I was on the road. Even as I was dropping the whole close their filling station, they are not selling. They're waiting for this new price. It tells you that they have taken advantage of that, to make profit on their. That is part of business, and that they are private, business. For me, it's not a bad one, but because that the market perception towards the listed companies on this sector. It's possibly why they believe that with this new price, they're about to see what improve numbers in terms of earnings that will support their price at the end of the day. That is why you can see the life of Total, the life of Conoye, Miss Oil, and Tana, and all of them are looking up now. For the since on Tuesday, that is I said that this positive number it won't last. But I tell you that why I want to see the numbers to see whether what we have seen will reflect on their number. But for investors, should also be careful that don't, like I tell you, don't chase the market now. Know how to take profit and wait for the market to pull back.
All right.